team. Ready? Thank y'all so much. Okay, everybody disperse into your spots.
Yellow jacket people, get in.
There will be a reenactment at each house, and there will be, you get your ticket punched, your train ticket punched when you've gone to a reenactment. And at the Yellow Jacket, after you've seen the 7 buildings, the historical sites, you can put your ticket in for prizes at the end of the night. So keep up with your ticket, and there will be markers there for you to put your name on the back of your ticket. So be sure to take your ticket. And if you choose to head to the Yellow Jacket at any time and get drinks or hot dogs, that's fine. You can jump back in to get in on another tour, or you just make yourself welcome. We want everybody to enjoy their night. So that the goal of this is for those of the new generation and some of us that might have forgotten why the Heritage Village is here. We want to remind you and give you a visualization of what each house represents and the era it represents. So we're so excited to have y'all. We know it's a hot night. It's not a fall night in West Texas, it's more of a summer night, but we hope y'all all really enjoy your time here with us. And so over at the Yellow Jacket, we have hot dogs and drinks. And so at any time you can head over there. There are restrooms at the main office, and there's a sign over there if you need to visit the restrooms at any time. And we're going to divide up into 7 groups after we have the national anthem by Miss Abby Jones. And then we'll start dividing and start going into our reenactments of each house. So right now I want to welcome Abby, and she will be doing the national anthem for us.
I am Mrs. Freed, and my husband actually built this home for our family in 1870. And we were living here, and we had 6 children together.
Hi, I'm Mary, their oldest daughter, and I had 5 brothers and sisters.
And what is your last name?
Mrs. Freed.
Freed, of course.
Yes, Mrs. Freed. We actually built this home, and do you notice that it is built only out of logs and mud? Does anyone know why?
Any reason why? Yes, sir. Also, there's not many logs or trees in this area. This house was actually built in Shawnee, Oklahoma, on the northern Canadian border, and we lived in this house until we outgrew it, which there was 8 of us. And in 1937, there was a really bad hailstorm, and it damaged the home.
We were very fortunate because many years later, my great-great-grandson, John Freed, actually moved the cabin here to Muleshoe and donated it to the Muleshoe Heritage Center. And they took the time and the effort to restore it to its original likeness. And you're welcome to go in and see what it is like inside.
It's 2 levels. On the bottom level, come on, if you would like to go inside. On the bottom level, my mom and dad stayed with the stove and the kitchen. That's on the kitchen. This was the biggest home.
smells like good wood, doesn't it?
It's lasted a long time.
They've done such a
hotel. This is our home. This is Maple Wilson, and in 1913, this used to be part of Virginia City, which no longer is in existence. It used to be south of Bailey County, around the Needmore area. In the 1900s, there was land barons that were coming over here, buying property from the IXL ranch, and they divided it up, and they were having prospectors come and stay here at the Virginia City Hotel to decide if they were going to buy land or not. There's great rain for 3 years in Bailey County, had a lot of land prospects, but unfortunately after 3 years of rain, there was a major drought, and Virginia City was lost due to the drought. The whole city no longer could function due to the drought. And then that's when Maple Wilson came and scooped it up.
Yes, I'm Maple Wilson, and in 1913, I bought the Virginia City Hotel after it was abandoned. It was very prosperous, like he said, and it was used as lodging for potential land buyers and farmers who could feed their cattle, water their crops. The first person to buy a plot of land was Matthew Vaughn, and his first plot was off Fort Sumner Road, and he named it Virginia City, hoping that it would eventually become the county seat, but it didn't, and with the drought, it was abandoned. So I bought the hotel, and I moved it to Maple, and I made it my ranching headquarters, but with the drought, I also lost it. But in 1998, it was found and moved here where it was restored, so you can see it how it was back then.
Upstairs is just one giant room, and it had 8 cots, so imagine 8 people staying in this square footage. This also doubled as a post area for so you can mail letters out here, but it was also the living room. You can check out this room too. This was their kitchen, and also had storage for everything. But this was absolutely everything. This is the hotel. This is where people would stay, and this is also where the Wilsons lived. So it definitely gives you some perspective. Definitely makes you grateful, and I appreciate the fan. If you have any questions, please holler, please explore. There was a ton of buildings like this by land barons, and they ended up becoming boarding houses, and this is the last one in existence. All the other ones are gone due just to history, but thanks to the Heritage Center, this is brought here so we can enjoy it. But please feel free to look around and explore. We are keeping people from going upstairs though, just because it is pretty steep.
not a whole lot of things. It's great. Restoration and how they kept it clean and so nice. So nice. Wow.
In Muleshoe, Texas.
Thank you so much for coming. This is the Figure 4 Ranch House. H.M. McSelvey built it in 1906. He actually lived in Temple, Texas at the time. This house was in South Bailey County on his huge ranch, and he needed someone to run the ranch. So he hired Henry Hanover, and they raised their family here. His wife and 3 girls lived here while it was also headquarters for the ranch. So somewhere in here was headquarters and other parts were living. So anyway, this was moved to Muleshoe, and now we enjoy it. There are some pictures here of what it looked like when they moved it. Let's see, the Hanovers lived here for a long time, and eventually Mr. Hanover wanted to retire, so they moved to Muleshoe. And one of his daughters actually became a teacher at MISD School District, which is amazing. So Mr. McSelvey decided to break up the ranch. The ranch was huge, so he divided it into small sections and sold it to farmers and other ranchers. So today, still in South Bailey County, there are ranches and farmers existing and thriving. So anyway, take a look around and enjoy.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Cool.
You want to get a picture of that?
Welcome to the cookhouse. This cookhouse originated on the Muleshoe Ranch. The Muleshoe Ranch is how we got our town name of Muleshoe. And the cookhouse was sort of like a bed and breakfast for cowboys and ranch hands that came around our area. We're working on the Muleshoe Ranch, working on the railroad. They all had different jobs that they tended to back then, but they would come here and stay. There was a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner for them. This was sort of like their entertainment room. In this bunkhouse room, you can see like a domino set up. There's a cool picture here that tells about how they would entertain themselves. They didn't have any women around, so they kind of danced with each other and just kind of did fun things. So with that being said, there's lots of artifacts on the walls, so y'all feel free to look around at those. Fun fact is barbed wire is over 150 years old, so just lots of stuff in here that's got a lot of age and a lot of history to it. So if y'all have any questions, please let us know. On this map over here, you can see exactly where this house sat, that red star right there. So, pretty neat, but I'm going to get on and go with it.
Put it around it like they did.
Yes, it's really, really neat. I love all the woodwork in this room too, how it's all
I'm glad they kept up with it.
Yes.
Too, you know, the years and a lot more people don't know there's that much more.
I know.
That-
Of course, yeah, we're happy to be here. Honestly, learned a lot. I always knew this was here, but didn't know a lot about it.
Burma cheese.
Is there another group headed to the depot, or are you ready for the depot?
Once we got everyone in, we have a little bit of history to share.
These are the students.
These are the students.
Those are some pretty little students.
Hey, hi.
Oh, okay. These are the desks. You can sit down.
Yeah, she's welcome to sit down. Hi, sweetie.
You say hi?
You guys come in. You're welcome to have a seat or stand around the edges. Hi there. You can have a seat, sweetie. Used to signal the start of class or break for lunch or things like that. Thank you for coming today. I am Frances Gaddy Spiegel. I moved to the Spiegel area in 1922 and attended this very schoolhouse that opened in 1925. This was a one-room schoolhouse where all grades were all together at once. We would use the blackboard to teach cursive writing and the abacus that's located right back here on the bench for addition and subtraction. Not only did we hold school here, but we also used it for other community events such as church or town meetings. After attending this very school, I went on and married Frank Spiegel and became an author and an artist. And then I have a few students with me today. And you guys are welcome to just kind of walk around and check it out. Right back here is a map of Bailey County and the different schools that existed at that time. This is Spiegel, which is being represented by this building, but there were several. There are old yearbooks here and some more over in that corner, but y'all take a look around and see inside.
So after you've gone to all your destinations, be sure to get to the Yellow Jacket. That's where we'll be going.
Hello everybody, I'd like to introduce my wife, Ann?
It's very nice of y'all all to join us tonight. My name is Ann, and in 1913, my dear husband, John, bought this house from me right after we got married. In 1914, we welcomed our beautiful daughter, John Ann.
A little bit about this house. I purchased this house from a Sears catalog. I purchased it for just the amount under $3,000. $2,763.53 is what I paid for this house. Right out back with the railroad tracks is where it was delivered to me. I bought my mules into town, hooked hitch to my trailers. They unloaded it off the train, set it on the trailers, and 7 miles southeast from where we stand right now is where we went. Once it got there, we got it all put together, got all the furnishings in the house, and then we moved in. Just after we moved in, the joy of our life, our daughter John Ann was born.
Of course, upstairs was our daughter's favorite room, and it was the playroom. It's just a little room, but she was loving all of that. Also upstairs is the ballroom, and it is my favorite, of course. It's where we had dances that would dance the night away. We would listen to the old Victrola with all our friends and neighbors. Of course, they didn't live very close. They all lived miles away from us, but they would make the trip because our house was one of the biggest, and so we could house more people here.
Also downstairs, you'll see the boiler. In that boiler's how we heated our house. There's a coal bin down there. Coal would come in on the railroad. We'd bring a wagon into town. They'd load us up. We'd take it out to the house. There is a fireplace in this house, but as many of you know, around here, trees are kind of sparse. There were a few more back in those days, but that's how we'd heat our house when our coal was running low. Also downstairs was one of my favorite places, the poker table. While the ladies were up here doing what they do, us gentlemen would be downstairs playing poker. A little bit about myself. I was a cattle rancher. I had 52,000 acres is what I owned. But in 1919, tragedy struck. My wife passed away. She got the influenza. Now, just after World War I, the influenza hit rampant. A lot of people in Bailey County got sick. A lot of them passed on. My daughter and I decided we just couldn't live in this house anymore. So I leased the land, sold the cattle, and moved up north to Colorado. I still kept the place. We'd come down in the summers and visit just a little bit. But as time got older, John Ann got a little bit older and it got hard to travel. So we just decided that we'd sell it. But after I sold it, there's a few good memories that I kept about this place. First one I shouldn't say is good. It was a little bit rough, but growing up, raising cattle in the 1900s in Bailey County was tough. It was hard. It was dry. It was hot. We struggled. But the one thing that I held true to my heart, that I always remember, that Bailey County is truly God's country. Thank y'all very much for coming in here in our store this evening.
Thank y'all for coming. We ask that you do stay on the main floor of the building due to time restraints. You're welcome to tour.
Yes. They lost. They'll be out. Their lecture sales will be out for a week or so. They lost.
The train whistle.
The whistle. The train whistle.
town, great town. What happens there stays there. All right. Where are you going today, sir? Montana. Wow, that's way up there. Wow. Well, howdy, everybody. My name is Conductor Rock, and I work for the Santa Fe Railroad. I'm so excited to be here today. Can't wait for your trains to get here today. Where's that? Oh, ma'am. Well, hi. You sure are pretty. Oh, can I say that one? Ma'am, my name is Conductor Rock, and I work here at the Santa Fe Railroad. And how can I serve you today?
My name is Miss Evangeline Holiday, and I'm here to purchase a ticket to Topeka, Kansas.
Did you say Topeka, Kansas?
Yes.
That's where I started my railroad career. Oh, that's a great place. Yes. Oh, wow, that's great. Well, wow. Who are you going to go see? Probably a boyfriend, huh? Going to see a boyfriend?
Well, no, I don't have a boyfriend yet. But I am going to go see somebody very special.
What is that?
My dad, Cyrus Holiday.
Wait, did you say Cyrus Holiday? The Cyrus Holiday?
Yes, that's my daddy.
The guy who owns the railroad and my boss? Oh my goodness! I've always wanted to meet him. Do you think maybe you can introduce me to him someday? Not that I'm trying to be forward or anything like that, but I sure would like to meet your dad someday.
He's a very, very busy man. Right now, he's expanding this railroad all across the United States to help our ranchers transport all of their cattle.
I heard that, Miss Holiday, but I have no idea where we're going to be expanding to.
Oh, well, let me tell you.
Well, you have a list from your daddy?
Yes, you need to know this.
Sure
We're expanding to Chicago, Los Angeles, New Mexico, Denver, El Paso, and right here in Muleshoe.
Whoa, that's way too many places. I'm going to be so busy.
Yes, sir.
But Miss Holiday, why are you in Muleshoe, Texas today? Not only just to see me, but why are you here today?
Well, that hotel, the Virginia City Hotel, right over
See
there.
that? Yes, ma'am.
I came to check it out.
It's a beautiful hotel.
You know why?
Why is that?
I think my daddy's gonna buy it.
Whoa, that'd be a great buy. You know, Muleshoe is such a great community, great people. It's a great place to get married and have kids and raise your kids here, let them grow up, and then you have grandkids.
Mr. Conductor, can you please tell me where to buy my ticket?
Right here, because I work for the railroad.
No,
Okay, so
where do I go?
go right around the corner. See this lovely people right there. So we'll go right around, and then when your train comes, then I'll let you know and you can get on your train.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye. Sure are pretty. 1982. Where were you in 82? You weren't even born yet. 1982 was the year that the Santa Fe Railroad decided to close this building. They said, we're done. We can do it. But they had a problem. They wanted to move the building off its property. And it cost a lot of money. So they had this great plan. They approached the city officials and they said, hey, we want to donate this building to the city. And the city got so excited. They said, that's so nice of you. And then the railroad said, but under one condition. The city has to pay for the moving costs of this building.
Mr. Conductor! Mr. Conductor!
What?
I got my ticket!
You got your ticket? Your train's coming! Right there!
Wait. Can you go with me to meet my daddy?
What is she
You
saying?
can jump on the Mule Train and get here.
Should I go with her? Okay, I'm going with her. Yeah, okay, I'll be your boyfriend. And then I'll be your husband and we'll have kids. We'll have grandkids. This will be awesome.
Would have been in Denver. They're a little bit slower up there.
Is that right? So these are nicer guys around here.
Oh, they're doing a tremendous job for us.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Well, me too. It's really helped because we're moving right along.
What's the biggest building you've ever moved?
I don't know. Probably the largest building that we moved recently has been a huge depot in Sterling, Colorado that's about 4 times larger than this, weighed out about 700 tons. It was tough.
And how far did you have to move there?
About a half a mile.
How far is this that we're moving the old James Ranch House today?
About 12 miles, I believe.
Come on.
The